Hello everybody, it's been a while. I apologize once again that I haven't posted a video in quite a while. However, I am getting back into being able to post some more videos. So here is going to be the Hammond collection Troodon unboxing. And we'll do a review of it later in this video. So we'll firstly do a box review. We've got a Troodon. It's not very pretty, I've got to say. But it looks kind of like a rat. That's probably one of the best ways to describe it. And I got the rest of it on, and its tail there, and its body. Here we've got some renders of it. The Troodon there, it once again looks a little bit ugly. Oh, and we've also got this True FX, which is the same thing with the Stegosaurus and the Spinosaurus, I think, if I remember correctly. If not, then I might just be wrong. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure. So yeah, it's got in some poses there, and here's another render of it. This one doesn't have. It's probably because it was from Australia. I got this from Big W. That's the reason why it doesn't have a blurb. I'm not sure if this one does, but I'm pretty sure it does. It's supposed to, at least. Like maybe under here or something like that. And we've got Hammond Collection Troodon there, and True FX again. The box is like that. I think it is the same kind of box to the what's it called? Stegosaurus and Spinosaurus, that wave. Like, I think they started to do it more recently. And speaking about more recently with Hammond Collections, I might get the Sinoceratops, or like at least see if I can get the Sinoceratops. That was a very nice clean cut, actually, if I don't say so myself. So we'll just take this. This is just the packaging. And here we've got the Troodon. Feels pretty nice. It's got some good textures. This part of the packaging, it's got this nice blue with a little paddock there. But now let's just cut these things out. Right off the bat, its arms are pretty flimsy. It's not a great sign. But I mean, I got this actually on sale for like $10, which is a pretty good bargain considering it is a Hammond collection. Look at that ball joint on there. I don't think I've seen the Hammond collections do that kind of ball joint. Let's see if we can get a nice click here. Oh, not really. It is in there. It's in there, but like it didn't make a sound. Probably because it's rubber. Yeah, that arm looks pretty flimsy. Yeah, I'm not gonna play around with it too much just in case if it breaks. Yeah, let me just. So we'll now do some of the articulation. So with the tail here, it's made out of rubber, so you can bend it like that with the wire. You can bend it all kinds of all kinds of ways, and we'll do a size comparison later in the video. However, right off the bat, I can tell that this is about the same size as the Atrociraptor. So those two can duke it out, play together. This neck is actually quite long, actually, compared to the Atrociraptor. Anyway, so the tail, it can move side to side, up, down. We saw it was on a ball joint, so it can twist like that, which is pretty nice. The legs can move like that. They have a bit of locking. They can move sideways a little bit. And the knees, they can twist, move up and down like that for some stop motion, which I will be using this for. No ankle joint. However, there is this bottom ankle joint. So no ankle joint like the Atrociraptor. The Atrociraptor doesn't have one either. Probably because it's too small to have one, really. Doesn't really need it. The arms. This is probably my the biggest downside. Like, look at that. That does not look right. Looks extremely flimsy. Like, it feels pretty loose as well. It's not too good. So the arms can move like that. They're on a board joint, so they can like swivel. But I don't want to move it too much. This arm, see, look at that. It's like very flimsy. I'm barely moving it with my finger. Like, I'm applying very, very little pressure there. See that? Yeah, I'm only like tapping it very lightly. Hopefully there's a way to fix that. But that's what they can do. They can swivel as well, side to side. The neck here, it's got 2 points of articulation. It can swivel and move up and down. Here, the head, it can rotate and move up and down as well. The mouth, it can open and close, which is pretty good. It's got some nice details, actually, I will say. Got some very, very good detail in it. I don't mind the colors. I've heard people like hating the colors, but they're not terrible, I don't think. I mean, I think it's supposed to be ugly, because, like, look at those eyes. Look at those eyes. Yeah, it's not meant to be the prettiest thing. And I think this is mostly modeled after the one from Jurassic Park, the game, the Telltale game. So those things killed their victims very gruesomely. Might not go into too much detail, but let's just say they ate their victims as they were alive, and they put eggs in their stomachs. I won't, that's probably too much detail, sorry guys. I haven't played the game, unfortunately, but I've seen many videos. I do really want to play it one day. Anyway, color scheme, we've got this kind of ugly, vomity gray, but green, but it doesn't, it like suits the kind of vibe of a Troodon, I think. That's like the base, and then we've got black spots and maybe dark brown actually, and then little duck feet, like the Suchomimus, for example. We've got this orange airbrush, and then these quills, which are actually rubber. These are rubber. So they might do a similar thing when it comes to the Hammond collection, Indominus Rex and Indoraptor. I hope those come out sometime soon. Here on the underside, we've got some cream beigey color, and in the mouth we've got a red for the most part, and then teeth. Yeah, it's just a normal kind of red. I mean, you can't really expect too much crazy detail with like tiny figures. But yeah, I do like the little texture that this adds, and then like there are quite a few wrinkles and stuff. But my favorite part is probably this blind eye looking thing. I actually quite like the look of that. Like it gives the vibes that this thing is scary and it's not to be messed with, you know. Anyway, that's it for the review and unboxing. Let's move on to the size comparison now. So we'll get started with the size comparison now. We'll start off smallest to largest. This is Ian Malcolm compared to the Troodon. Yeah, I reckon like the Troodon is like a pretty good size to, yeah, it can look straight into his soul. Yeah, it can like, you know, rip his arm off, you know, all that kind of jazz. The one I'm probably actually most looking forward to is this size comparison with these two. When I got the Troodon, I thought, like, these two are in the same size range, so, yeah. We can actually see them side to side. and it turns out the Atrociraptor is the same size. However, it also does not want to stand properly. Alright, so the Troodon's a bit taller, but the Atrociraptor is quite a bit longer. Here is the Mission Mayhem car vehicle compared to the Troodon. Actually, they have similar-ish color schemes, with like the greenish beige, and then the orange and the red. Similar-ish. Similar. Here's the Carnotaurus compared to the Troodon. Quite a big size difference there. Here's the Stegosaurus compared to the Troodon. Here's the Allosaurus compared to the Troodon. The Allosaurus is quite a lot longer. By a lot. One thing that I've noticed with the Troodon is that it can actually stand pretty well, given its faults, given how it does have some of its issues. It does stand pretty well. Here's the Therizinosaurus compared to the Troodon. Here's the Giganotosaurus compared to the Troodon. So the Giga can just bite down on him, just chuck him around. Definitely feasible. And that's giving me a new idea for some new stop motion movies. That'd be cool to make. Here's the Spinosaurus compared to the Troodon. For some reason these two look a little bit similar. I think because it's the long snout on the Troodon and then the Spinosaurus, yeah. I think that's why. Also, both of these came out in 2025. Fun fact. Here's the Brachiosaurus compared to the Troodon. So yeah, as usual, there's going to be barely anything that can rival the Brachiosaurus in size. So I reckon for a dinosaur movie, the like a stop motion, the Brachiosaurus gets swarmed by little dudes like Velociraptors, Troodons, and stuff. Climb on its neck and just swarm it. That's a cool idea. Might name it Attack of the Swarm or something like that. But yeah, with all that, I think that'll have to wrap up this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next one, Spino Squad. Bye for now.